We have rounded out the year with 67,610 sales, which is better than last year by a very minuscule amount, but it also isn't the greatest, and it's actually quite low when we compare it to the average across the last decade and a half. For context, total sales in 2024 were 24% less than the 14-year average number of home sales. If we go back to 2001, we're right on par with that number there. Average prices at that time as well, 23 years ago, came out to $251,000. Fast forward to today, and our market is very different. The average selling price over the last 12 months has averaged $1,117,000. We've had record-breaking immigration targets over the past couple of years, with construction and new development lagging far behind that. If you look back to the 1970s, they were building more homes then in comparison to where we're at now, and that's a time that's 50 years ago. So it's clear that something has to change. We've also had the fastest hike in interest rates in history that Canadians have had to deal with, which was very challenging, and it's actually still an ongoing issue. The government recently made a bunch of changes to the mortgage qualification process at the end of 2024, which include 30-year amortizations for first-time home buyers, increases to insured mortgages up to $1.5 million now. The previous number here was $1 million, and then you had to have 20% of a down payment on the entire purchase price. So this will impact Toronto and Vancouver markets mostly, I would think, heading into the new year in 2025. And there are also renovation incentives to help get more units built across Canada that we can't forget about. So in today's video, we will offer a detailed explanation of the December 2024 stats, of course, with an overview of how the entire market performed in 2024, and then we'll try to look ahead to 2025 to see what's in store for us here. Now, starting off with prices. Prices were essentially flat in comparison to a year ago. I've already said that the total average across 12 months was $1.117 million, and in 2023, the average selling price came in to be $1.126 million, which means that there was only a price drop of 0.77% year over year. I really like this chart here. It shows the percentage of sales that sold above the list price. So I've taken this chart all the way back to January 2021 and have extended it to the end of 2024. You can see the trend throughout 2023 and 2024. The percentage of properties that sold above list price will peak in the months of March, April, May, and June in some cases, which is your typical spring market, but the numbers are much lower at this end of the chart versus the beginning. Before moving on, my name is Trey, folks. I'm a realtor here in the city of Toronto and the greater Toronto area. If you enjoy this type of content, please like this video and subscribe to the channel. And if you have any questions about real estate at all, please use that first link down below to schedule a call with me at your convenience. Now, let's get back to it. You'll see 44% of properties sold above the list price in May 2023, which is the highest amount spread over the last 2 years. All the other percentages over the last 2 years are much more modest in comparison to the beginning of the chart, when 85% of properties in February 2022 sold above the list price, right? So this just really shows us that from a marketing perspective, sellers and their agents in 2024 and 2023 have had to shift to an offer anytime approach to gain attraction to the home or condo unit that they're selling to combat with the pressures that were in the market over the past 2 years. In February 2022, when 85% of the properties were selling above list price, the presentation date marketing strategy worked like a charm. There were very few properties for sale with crazy demand. So you list low to create a bid, and then the property would end up selling for quite a bit over the asking price. In today's market, there's more inventory, especially in the condo segment of the market. So you really have to make sure that you're pricing the property at market value to get the most amount of people through the door. And it's also really important to have realistic expectations. Otherwise, the process is going to be a grind for you. Freehold properties are a different story and will continue to get even tighter as we head into 2025, which leads me to our next topic, which is the inventory rate. Moving on to look at the inventory rate in Toronto proper for each asset class. December 2024 had detached properties set firmly in a balanced market with 4.27 months of inventory. The semi-detached category was pretty tight and in a seller's market with 2.53 months of inventory. Townhouses were also in a seller's market territory with 2.71 months at the end of December 2024. In condos in the city of Toronto had 6.5 months of inventory, which is still in a buyer's market. It's been there for the majority of the year. But when we look at downtown Toronto, it's even more favorable for buyers there, if you can believe it or not. I've been working with quite a few people recently who were actually able to lock up fantastic deals over the holidays. The inventory rate in the two main area codes of downtown Toronto, CO1 and CO8, have inventory rates in between 7.4 and 8 months of inventory. inventory. Having this much choice as a buyer is honestly such a luxury. For starters, you're not really competing against multiple offers. You have the time to view multiple places, see what you like and what you don't like. When it comes time for conditions in your offer, you can also have multiple there to escape the deal. And I also want to add the number of days that each condition is alive for can be very long. I was able to get 2 deals accepted over the holidays for my buyers that were conditional for 10 business days. This would never happen in a seller's market. You would only likely be able to get 1, 2, or 3 business days if you're lucky to complete your due diligence in that seller's market territory. So these are just some of the opportunities that a potential buyer in today's market should be aware of, and they shouldn't take for granted while the condo market is well supplied. I think the condo market will be tricky in 2025 because a lot of the supply is still the shoebox style, really small condo units that investors bought years ago during the pre-construction phase without seeing them, with the only intention of renting out these spaces. Whereas a lot of the people that I'm working with right now are end users looking to buy their very first condo. So there's still a decent amount of people out there that are looking for sizable units that are at an affordable price. So with that being said, I think that there might be competition in that space of the condo market, but I don't think that the broader condo market in Toronto and the GTA will take off like crazy next year. But there will be a lot of competition in the freehold sector. So I think that condos will likely be in a balanced buyer's market in 2025 for the majority of the year, while the freehold sector will be in a seller's market with more competition. We'll see more price growth next year. Thank you so much for watching. If you're curious or have any questions about the real estate market, be sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel. We'll see you later.